Grade, and I remember all the kids just picking on me all the time and using all those words, you know, gay and fag, and how much it really affected me. And I thought, boy, they're saying these to all these other kids too, but it doesn't seem like it's affecting them as much as it's affecting me. And I thought, is it just me? Am I the only person that feels this way?
Hi, since my teenage years, I've always just been a garden variety dyke.
When I was growing up, I felt really alone. I felt like there was an invisible barrier between me and the rest of the world. But what was even worse was that it was an invisible barrier everybody could see, but nobody would talk about.
I grew up in Iowa and was told by my church that I was a sinner, that I wasn't good enough, and now I could get married in my home state. I found a church that loves me for who I am. It gets so much better.
High school sucks. It's hard to even think that you're going to get through it sometimes, but remember that there are people out there who love you.
Well, I grew up in a really small town in rural Michigan, and of course felt a little bit different and alone, but I actually found my first information about being gay at the library.
And I realized that I wasn't, because the next year I found somebody who also was being called those names, but who actually came to me and said, I'm gay. And that's when I realized that there were other people out there just like me.
And I got tired of being called sir in high school, so I got a big fringy bag, and then they thought I was a faggot, chased me down the street and beat me unconscious. Now I have the pleasure of working with, supervising actually, over 120 really marvelous people, standing in front of a huge gay, lesbian, whatever book collection, and it gets, not only does it get better, I'm not dead yet.
It gets better. It feels like the end of the world now, but you grow up, you get in charge of your life, and it gets better. You just have to hang in there.
Because it will get better.
You know, there were other people like me, because you always think you're the only one.
Remember that you're not alone. There are lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people everywhere. Look at us. Here we are at work.
As a librarian, I know that there are a lot of great resources out there that you can find. So if you don't have access to a computer, if you don't have the availability to find out what's out there, try to find a library. Go inside, and there are great resources. There are books, and there are websites, and you can find other people just like you.
So hang in there. There's so many friends you haven't even met yet.
Find somebody you can trust.
A family member.
A neighbor.
A teacher.
A librarian.
A friend.
Or friends.
Or call the great people at the Trevor Project.
Stick with it.
Hold your head up.
You're not alone.
There's friends you haven't even met yet.
Hang in there.
Keep breathing.
Know that you are loved, and it
Will get better.